Okay, thank you. So this is the thing. I will share with you what I really think about basketball training with young players, and then I will be really, really happy if you are able to get a couple ideas that you can implement every day, do whatever you usually do, and maybe these ideas can help you, or at least can help you in the opposite side. I'm not agree with you, so I will do the opposite. But okay, this is really good because tomorrow morning we have also, this panel discussion that we can share thoughts, because this is not like one direction, it's bi-directional. I come here because I was yesterday just paying attention about what they did on the court, Molly, and this is okay. I'm thinking some of the drills that I'm gonna show you today later on in the practical session, they are linked to what you saw yesterday on the court. So, but the first thing, I'm so lucky that I found this photo just playing Portugal. This is my daughter. I'm really proud of that. But it was by coincidence, We play regional team against Portugal last year. But with this photo, I just want to ask you, what is training for you? You're a basketball coach. You train your players. But what is training? What means training for you? Because we never thought of that. It's like training is what? What you want for the players. So for me, the definition, for sure, all of us, we have different definitions. But for me, the definition is this one. Make the players and team better than they could be at their own. So this is what I try to give to the players, to the teams, my personal brand. We will speak about that later, to make them better. If they are talented players, talented teams, okay, this is the only thing I can do is the opposite, is not to help them. But I want to help the players to be better. That's what is basketball training about. So with this definition, that this is the first thing that we need to understand when we just train the players in daily basis, the next step is to talk about the personal branding. All of us, we have a personal branding. All of us, we have something that we do different than the rest, and this is what for me is really important when I speak to the coaches. How you do the things. You need to know why, but you just show me how. When you are a potter and you just making everything, this is the most important thing. It's not copying. I mean, we all copy, because I see one drill from Michael that I like, but then you need to make it yours. How you just transfer this to the drills that you do, the way you train, and this is the personal branding. And if in a couple of years' time I will hire you in my national federation, in my club, this is because you have something special, something different. And this is a really important thing. How you make yourself different than the rest. You are not the same type of coach, because, okay, I have my friend, we started together, we do the same drills, but how I make myself different? It's about personal branding. It's exactly the same in the business world. Why people get hired? Because they are different. They do things different. So this is the most important thing. This personal branding, it comes to, the training session. Handwriting. This is what you have to keep. Because for me, this is a really important thing. And this is the second message I want to send in this slide, is you need to keep your training session. You need to keep your plannings, because this will change during the year, many, many times, for different reasons, injuries, results. So if you are playing really good in November, and then in February you are not playing good, your players are not doing a good performance on the court, what happened in November? What is different with February? So you check your training sessions, and then you may find the solution or the answer to do something that you've been doing in November, but not in February. So that's, for me, is really important to keep the training sessions, to know exactly. It's not come to the court, okay, I'm feeling today, I'm going to do shooting. No. You need to have a plan. How you plan the things. So this is the most important thing when we're talking about training, planning, in a lower scale or in a bigger scale. Because exactly is what they do, the professional teams, the national teams, they plan. Planning will change many, many times. But at least I know what is my pathway, how I can get there, or at least try to get there. how we can develop the players in the right way. Here you have some examples: Rubio, Carrera, and Pau Gasol. The first and the last, I know exactly how was the pathway because I'm being in the Spanish national team at that time. Why Ricky Rubio get to the, now he's out of the course, but how he get to the NBA, or Pau Gasol? Because when they started, Ricky Rubio, you can see him where he was under 14. They started in a small town close to Barcelona with his own coach. But what happened? How they did it the right way? I can give you, for example, Aito Garcia Reneses. You may know him. He was head coach in Alba Berlin for the last years. He was the head coach when Ricky got to the ACB. And I will give you an example later about what he did with him when he was the youngest player to play in the ACB, in the Spanish National League. So we need to do the things in the right way. Okay, from these three, who you know the most? You heard the most. Okay, so tell me. Pau, right? Okay. Let's talk about Pau a little bit. A few years time ago, in Lisbon, there was a final, Spain-USA. The best generation we had. Now we are having good generation, but I think this is the first and the best. This is the score, the stats about what happened in the game. If you see here, you may recognize some names, but maybe some of them, you don't know who they are because they stop. World champions, under 19. Really close to be professionals. We have Felipe Reyes from Real Madrid, Juan Carlos Navarro from Barcelona. Calderón was injured at that time. How many minutes do you think Pau Gasol played in the final game? Yeah, but if you don't know this, you may think is the greatest basketball player in Spain. Okay, we'll see. 17 minutes. Raúl López, incredible basketball player, 36. Felipe Reyes, 23. Soleiman Drame, 27. He was playing in Juventud. Where is Soleiman Drame? He is living in London, business company, nothing to do with basketball. So when we talk about training young players, some players, they need more time. Some players, they have special focus. So obviously, you are in your federation or in your club or your academy, you need to get the best players in that moment to be successful. But when we are talking about this, is sometimes we may kill, some of the prospects because we just push them too soon or we don't let them develop. So this is just an example, and we are talking about the best Spanish player ever. But they were really patient with him. He was in Barcelona. A couple of years after that, he exploded in a Spanish Cup in Malaga, and then he went to the NBA, Hall of Fame. 2 rings, NBA. But this is the thing. So what I'm trying to tell you is sometimes we have in our hands, really incredible prospects. And we need to be able, with our personal branding, to know who of these prospects, they are really good right now, to be really competitive under 14, under 12, under 13, under 15. But some of them, they need more time to develop. And this is in your hands. So this is one of the first messages I wanted to send you today. There is a couple of things that I would love to discuss to all of you, because all of us, we have different opinions, which is early versus late specialization. We were discussing yesterday with Michael Radmila, with Molly, when we were having lunch, about this. The best scenario is to have all the players doing different sports, playing tennis, handball, volleyball, football, basketball. But what happened? At least in Spain or in some other countries, they are really competitive. If we don't give to our players 3-4 days per week, basketball, they won't compete. So they can be really good players at the end, maybe, but not in a short time. And if they are not in a short time, they cannot be in the teams. So if they like to play basketball with their friends and to be competitive, so this is one thing. Some countries, they have, like the States, And I was checking last night because there are some studies about injuries and about, so those players who are really early specialization, they got more injuries. That those, I mean, we're talking about America, USA. When they have, high school, they have to play different sports, and then they go, most of them, NCAA. So, but it's a different story. I think in Europe it's completely different. But in the second photo, you can see, it's in Spanish, but you will understand clearly. This is Barcelona, one of the best football clubs in the world. They check under 14 players, the number depending of the month of birth. Whoever is after July, no chances to be in Barcelona. In the lower teams, no chances. That's for real. Because what happened? In January, he is biggest, he's strongest. So he will play football. This is a contact sport. So it's really, really one thing that we can discuss a lot. But okay, this is on the table. We need to know this. So sometimes we have players with their November. It's almost 1 year with January. So we need to know this in order not to use as an excuse. Okay, this is November. Okay, good luck with any other sport. No. It's we maybe need to train more in a different way with this type of players. So this is not an excuse. Okay, because early specialization, late. No. Find a way to give individual menus to your players. Because this is what it's about in the professional sport now. It's individual menus to all the players. Maybe the peak of the pyramid is the NBA, where they have more staff than players 2 or 3 times. So every player get the attention to 1, 2, 3 personal coaches, strength and conditioning coaches, physiotherapists. But then with your team, you have 12 players. Okay, individual menus to all these players. And knowing that this may be one effect when we are talking about, like training. If they are November, December, different treatment, because they may need something different than the January, February. Because maybe the performance of January, February is going to be much better because they are more mature, bigger bodies, and so on. So just to give you a couple of ideas that then you need to put these ideas, what happened with these ideas in your country. But this is, for me, again, it's not an excuse, but we need to know. We were talking last night at dinner. This is our lives. Everybody from 2005, they never did that. So we need to rethink how we do the training, because all the motor skills that we had at that time, and we could be better, medium, worse players. These motor skills, we just learn this playing on the streets, in the park, but we don't do that anymore. We have the kids in the houses doing just a sport, maybe 1, 2 sports. So we need to work in our training sessions, sometimes really basic things that we may think, no, because we have the best players at this age, under 14, under 12. But we need to give them some motor skills. How to jump, how to land, how to move, how to twist. Because this is not anymore. I mean, I don't like the people. Because in our generation, different generation. This is not an excuse. The generation now is different. Better skills in some of the things, because they use more the brain when they play, Fortnite in the PlayStation. It's a different thing. But not an excuse. But still, another thing that we need to keep in mind when we train players. I'm just giving you ideas around the training. Then we're going to get into training, into drills, how to prepare the drills, how to do the drills. But the most important thing is, okay, we know the landscape. This is the reality. We need to train things. Basic things are, hitting the ball, jumping, hiding, agility, because we had that, but not this generation. I create this table myself, trying to give you an idea how you do with the early stages in terms of fitness, in terms of physical abilities. Okay? And again, this is the photos of Ricky Rubio. He was a kid, he was, adolescent, and now he's a grown man. But what was the process? So when we talk about this, pay attention about from under 14 all the way to the left. Maybe when we are talking about physical ability, how to use the physical abilities in basketball drills, that this is what we do. I use basketball drills to focus in a physical ability. So the same drills that we use, all of us, because everything is invented. Someone did it before. I get the drills because I'm talking to you, and then I see you training, and then with these drills, I put the focus about maybe coordination or speed. Or, I don't know. But the thing is where to hit the guys, because they have these sensible stages, which is really important. It's like this is the age where I can really work with them. So this is so clear. So strength and endurance, leave them. They will get the endurance only with the training sessions, with the normal training session, with the games, with the daily activity, because under 12, they don't need to work on a specific endurance. Strength, they will get the strength. The only thing we can do, and this is also like a big discussion, is do I have to train strength with my players? I will tell you what is my opinion later, but if I work with the strength out of the basketball court, I need to teach them the right technique for them to be successful when they are, under 18. So can I work strength under 15? Yeah, you do. The technique to prepare the bodies when they are under 18 and they can work on their strength, really focusing about the different type of strength. But for me, this is clear. And then I know what is darker is when I can really hit. So coordination, for the key when we're talking under 14. Speed, agility. We will speak about this later. But this is a clear example. There is another way when we talk about all these ages. Talking about technical and tactical, this is exactly the same. I'm here to talk about training, but this is also training, technical, tactical ways. So when to put the focus? Okay, under 10, under 11, under 12, technical. We need to create a good base. Tactical, mixing, and then when they are under 16, under tactical side. Okay, but again, this is my idea. This is being made by a couple of researchers in Spain, but the thing is, transfer this to your reality. Because maybe in your country or in your academy is different, but at least we have some ideas. But what they really like this, endurance, speed, all drills on the court. This is what we really do in Spain. We try to get everything on the court. Today is so easy because there have been many studies, many people doing it before, and we have the answers that maybe 15 years ago we didn't have. We were laughing yesterday about that. EuroLeague players, they cannot run up hills. I took all my players running uphill, 2'10" guy running like hills like crazy, because we didn't know. And I was in the Spanish national team and the ACB team, and I did it. No, not anymore, because now we have scientific evidence that we cannot do it, because there are other ways to do. But in the past, of course, I did it. And all of you maybe, no, I remember, uphill, downhill, no ball, nothing. Well, yeah, it was different times. So this is the way. And for example, these photos about Luka Doncic, the Slovenian player, when he was in Real Madrid. He was under 14, if I'm not mistaken. There are anyone from Slovenia? He was under 14, I think, when Real Madrid got him. And this is the develop. What they did to Luka Doncic. They were really taking care of him, because he was really, really good at that time, but help him to be better and get to the point that he is right now. So this is what you have in your hands. It's always the same. I go to one academy, I go to one club in Spain. What are the best coaches? senior, under 18, under 17. But this is the mistake. Because you guys, your hands, the future basketball players, the good ones. But what happens when you are training under 12, under 14? You get less money, you get less time, you get less resources. This is the way it is. But if you ask me, here is your club, here is your federation, what you do? The best coaches under 14. Because to train under 20, to train Luka Doncic when he was under 20 is so easy. I mean, of course, we need to pay attention about different things. But they are so talented now. But, okay, this is something, again, it's on the table. We cannot change it, so we need to adjust. And we need to be flexible with that. What we have here, I just made an order about how to work with the senior players. What is, for me, as a strength and conditioning coach, assistant coach, however you want to call it, is what are the physical abilities. Strength is number one for two reasons: performance, injury prevention. In senior players, endurance, speed, coordination, agility, and flexibility are going to be out, and I will speak later why, because that was really, really interesting, because in the yesterday that we spent a lot of time together with Michael Ramírez, we were talking about this. Foam roller. It's fashion to go to the basketball court. I got my foam roller. What do I have to do with the foam roller? I don't know, but it's cool. It's all the professionals they do. Strength and conditioning guys, big bag with all elastic bands, leathers, everything. But this is not a circus. We need to know how to use this. How to use the foam roller. Why? And then what is the purpose? Maybe before the game, I won't use it, but some people, they do. Okay, but it's not just to be fashion. It's not just to copy what we have every time. Because in the past, again, it's like we didn't have this social media, the TV. We know right now everything. We know, like, how is LeBron James' day? Because he posted in Instagram, and then someone is putting some. So we know he wake up 5 in the morning to do the individual training when he off season. We know that. But in the past, we didn't know. And we try to copy, but we don't have LeBron James in our hands. This is the problem. So with this order, as you can see, is slightly different between senior and young players. Coordination, for me, is the key. If you are, time limited, what to work for with my players? Coordination. They will be much better players. And you will help those players, because this is the window we have for the players to be really, and to get all the information about different stimulus that we have about in these ages. Speed, because how to work with the speed? With the ball in the hands. It's not to run sets of a sprint. It's to do it with the ball. Going for the layup, for the basket. Do things fast. Strength, endurance is just basics. Good. But I have, because now when I go to see my kids playing or to see training session, this is what really scares me. You see the photo, the top one. The guy in the left, how he's running. It's crazy. He will get injured, for sure. He doesn't have the proper technique. So if you are a basketball coach, you will tell me, I don't have time. Okay, I buy this. But if you do, maybe you need to start from the basic, because he will be much better player if he or she knows how to run. So this is so simple. You can see it because you've been training for many years. If you see, hey, this is the problem. How we can do it. And exactly again, the down photo, how you land. This is a female, ACL, maybe under 16, under 17, because she is not landing properly. And this is a problem. This is, I mean, we can speak hours about ACL in women's basketball. But again, if we see this, we need to try with the time that we have and with the training sessions that we do. I mean, but it's not just to get the players okay, 500 times, land properly. No, it's You land properly with a ball in your hands and you shoot. So we are not losing the time. We are doing, drills in a different way. But these answers that you have here, players running correctly, jump correctly, landing correctly, stopping correctly, this is the question that we have. And we need to answer these questions because it's important. Not just because we will win or not, it's because maybe these players, who are the three guys, especially the guy in the middle, who is the best technique, the second, starting from the left. But the first one, probably he won't make it longer in the basketball world. Because you need to run, and you need to do it properly, efficiently. And he is not doing that. So, again, time, knowing the problem, and being able to do it. But in basketball, we have something which is bigger than the rest, which is the landing. Why? Because they study that the players are landing under 14 around 50 landings, high landings in a game. 50. That means if we land correctly, this in the right side you can see when a body is not landing correctly because the knee is not in a proper way, because we need to make a line. Ankle, knee, hips. Ankle, knee, hips. This is the right way. So if we don't do it correctly, at the end, it will be an injury. Look the hip. Look the knee. Under 14, it won't be an injury. Under 13, under 12, because they are so flexible. But if we are talking about later stages, we may have a problem. I will give you a real example. Under 12 female basketball players, 175. The first video is when she came to a small club in León. She was not able even to bend her knees. Doesn't know how to land. So, one of the coaches, she called me and was like, hey, I have a problem here. I don't know what to do with her. She's big, really big, but she's not able to do anything. She's not able to follow the fast break or to be, with the action. So, okay. Doing things on the basketball court, sometimes out of, that this is maybe with the basics, and small ladders, but listen, small ladders, you might say, this is not specific, this is something about, athletics. But if you put a ball in her hands, this is 4 months later. It's not really good, but this is a big difference. But we give stimulus. We need to be giving individual menus to the players. There is a problem. What is the easiest way with this type of player? I don't want her because she's not good, No, work with her. If you have too many players that you can select, that's fine. But if not, you need to spend the time and try to do things before the training session, after the training session, if you have the chance. Even splitting groups during the training session to work on the individual needs of the players. And we're talking about basic things about training, okay? So this is one of the things. How many times did a father or mother, a parent, came to you like high tops, low tops? What's the answer? What you can tell me? High or low? We're talking under 14 and lower, under 12. Comfortable. Okay, this is a good choice. What else? You will say high. Why? Okay, good. Why? Okay. First of all, I want to say one thing. In the future, you will have kids, and you will try to find nice shoes, comfortable. It's no way. 37 and a half low that is so difficult to find basketball shoes. So difficult. So, okay, let's put it the way that we can find the shoes. What is the answer? This is some scientific papers about this. What they said, because they studied this. High tops increase the forces and injury risk on the Achilles because of the pressure. High tops delays the muscle reaction for an ankle turn, and no differences. But the thing is, for me, knowing all of these studies and knowing about proprioception, which is the way your body reacts when you are not paying the focus, it's like a train. The train usually goes for the rails, and what happens if it goes a little bit out? My head will tell me, come back, because you're going to be completely out. So this is what happens when you step on someone. So my opinion about this is, if you ask me, it's going to be low, because we give the ankle this proprioception in a better way than with the highs. Why? Because then if you get to the NBA, you don't have any problem, because you need to tape every day. But if you want to play longer, I mean, we are always in a risk. We are jumping, landing in someone's foot. But this is the thing. If you ask me, I will tell you low, because it gives more information for the ankle, and it's not really, with the high. If someone has many ankle sprain, okay, go for the highs, or even tape yourself. But it's depending. But if you ask me in a general thing, no injuries, go for the lows. Even for not basketball, but low. It's giving more information. Okay? But again, this is like, there are many studies, many opinions. This is my opinion, if you ask me. Because I have this every time, like with my kids. High, lows. Sometimes you buy what you can buy. Sometimes they, oh no, LeBron 19, they are fantastic shoes. But they are high. Okay? This is the thing. Let's talk about one of the topics. Just the one before we get into basketball drills and the real basketball things. It's like training load. What is for you the training load? For me, it's the combination about quantity and quality. If you have the number of sessions that you like, in a national team, sometimes you have this. This is not a problem because you have the players for 10 days or 1 week, so you can plan however you want. Sometimes it's like, oh no, we need to train every day, twice, in the morning, in the afternoon. But what happened with the training load? What is the combination, the right combination? And when we are talking about under 14, we're talking about under 12, and we have this type of players, they can get as many sessions as you want. But sometimes we just go for quantity, not for quality. If we have double sessions, that I will really not recommend at these ages, okay, do one just more for quantity and another for quantity. Like a normal regular practice, okay, and in the afternoon or in the morning, switch individual things, not really demanding from the fitness point of view. But you always need to measure. But what is the problem with the basketball coaches? You always want more. And if you lose, you want more. What is the problem in a professional team? I'm losing, I'm training every day, twice, 3 times, because we're losing. I don't know. We need to find the right balance between the quantity and the quality. And it's exactly the same. Sometimes I have just 3 sessions per week, 1 hour session, so I cannot lose time. Okay, plan in a better way the training session. Know how to manage, the recovery times. We will speak later about this. But this balance is what we need to look for between quantity and quality. But there are 2 things, team load and individual load. When you plan a session and you may think, let's put in a scale from 0 to 10. For me, it's 7, the intensity. For all the players, it's going to be 7. No. For some, it's going to be 9, and for some, it's going to be 6. Because, okay, sometimes we cannot have this individual menu the whole time. And we plan a session because we want to introduce new things and to do, like 5 on 5 games and so on. So the thing is, we need to individualize as much as we can, but knowing that it's difficult sometimes. But again, enforcing this idea that we need to treat all our players as individuals. Sometimes you can go, for example, outside players, inside players, even in these ages. This is not bad because we want to work. It's difficult if you are in a competitive way. Okay, I want to put the biggest player playing the point guard, but he will lose all the balls. I cannot do it. Okay, this is not to be one edge or the other. We need to give the players all different, ways to practice and to understand different playing positions and what they need to play, back to the basket, in front of the basket, whatever. But when you are going to compete, you need to compete. This is really important because the players, they want to compete. We need to teach them that how to compete in order to win. But if we lose, we compete. We need to know how to lose. Sometimes it's much difficult to know how to lose than to know how to win. This is the real case about Ricky Rubio. If you can read these 4 lines, he was the youngest player with 14 years old playing in the ACB. So, but what happened at that time when he was 14? He was still in high school. As I told you, Aito was the head coach. You know what he did? He said, you cannot show up here in the mornings, only in the afternoons. You will do more time in the afternoon because you do with the strength and conditioning coach before the training session. So you will come maybe, let's say, 45 minutes more than the rest of the players, the professional players. But you are 14. You need to go to school. You need to have like a kid's life. And then you do this. What could be probably, if you were in Aito's shoes, okay, I got the best talented player in Europe under 14. I will get this guy in a normal routine with the professional players. They don't belong to this world. So we need to be really focusing. What is his age? 14. Different treatment. He's a kid. He can be that good. We never know because he got there at that age. But how many in your countries that they get to professional level really, really early and then they disappear? So again, this is the thing that we need to keep in mind. I really don't like when we are talking about broken toys, because we get the players, we give them some expectation. They will never get to this expectation. What happened then? Everybody thinks more is better. No, more is not better. And you will tell me why. Because if I have more time, more training sessions, my players will be better players. So, but the answer is not more is not better. For me, this is the key. Better is better. What is better? To combine quality and quantity. It's not the number of training sessions. It's not the time. It's like better is not more. Sometimes, but not always. So I hate when I see the clubs. My club is doing really good because we train more than the rest. Problem. Why? If you do in a good way, you don't have to bring the players to the court more times that they really need in the different age. So this is one of the things. And now another question for you. Why do you do the drills that you do? Okay, so tell me, think, why you do these drills that you do now? Hey, Molly, why you do the drills that you do? Yeah, but who you copy or you just... Yeah, but in most cases, who you copy? The coaches I had. Yeah, this is so simple. So one of the things I want you to do today is rethink about the drills that you do. We can make them better. We can do it in a different way. Because it's really good to get information from all of you. All of you got different drills, different way to do the drills. But the most important thing is the drills that you do. So, okay, I remember when I was a player, but that was a long time ago. I need to do different drills now. Are you time efficient when you train? This is, I mean, in this photo you can see one with all the players doing, the other one is a clinic. It's like a fake photo from Jose Ignacio, but it's like some coaches, they like to be in a clinic. Talking too much. So how you can know and try this? Because I did it, and then it's just a really shower of reality when someone is telling you, hey, you are not efficient at all. How you can do it? Now with 2 cell phones, okay? One start, one stop. One get the whole, I mean, the length of the session, 1 hour. From 1 hour, how much time were you speaking? Or not, the players not doing anything? You will be surprised. Because it's like 20 minutes speaking out of 1 hour. Yeah, you do. Because you see all the players are paying attention. This is really good. But you need, it's different from all of you. That's why I'm not saying 80% is good. 80% is maybe it's not good. If you start the season and you want to go for really your principles, you will spend more time talking. If you are in a competitive period, like you want to now is May or April, what is? Should be really high percentage. No, but listen, this is I see many drills in Instagram. I can spend hours lying on sometimes, but this is good because we have these coaches, but probably they are really good individual coaches, not team coaches, because they film, that's really good, and I get some ideas sometimes. But the thing is, if you want to be really efficient coach, your percentage should be higher. When has to be higher. It's not like I want to win, but I'm spending 50% of the time talking. The top players, and Pablo Lasso is a good friend of Michael and mine, and Radmila, he got maybe 10 drills, 9 drills, no more. He's professional, but he doesn't want to lose time. Pam, pam, let's go. That's a really good question. I will tell you one thing. We are avoiding the mistakes, but the mistakes are good sometimes. So you can spend less time to explain the drill and then move around the court at this player and trying to tell every player what he's doing not correctly or the way you want. But having all of them stop, because some of them, they will do it really easy because they are talented. Some of them you can go with, hey, in this cone, do this, or pass the ball this way. Don't stop the session to make the corrections or to interact with the players. So, but again, this is what I tell you. At the end of the day, is your personal branding. Is what do you think really fits for you? Michael.
Sometimes it also helps if you see the kids take longer, like on understanding, then maybe your drills shouldn't be differing so many times. So you use some drills you always use, which they're used to, then you don't need explanation, and you just take some new drills, not to get. You need to find if they're bored, then you have a problem, so you need to change. A new drill, then you lose time.
Yeah, this is a really good point. But at the end of the go.
Just one idea. What I do is like when I run a new drill, I give 2 minutes for the kids to do this drill without stopping, and then I tell them like the basic 3 rules, mistakes that they do. So first they know the mechanics, and then they know the
Yeah, but this is, I said at the beginning, I'm really happy coming here because this is the way. Here, you share experiences. For example, I saw one day one coach who was, with the iPad, putting the drill, explaining to the players, and then, okay, guys, we go. The kids are really smart. And they see, they are used to, this is now the new generation. They see, okay, blah, blah, blah. I mean, some of them, they get lost, but this is in every team. But most of them, they are really distributing. So again, it's okay. At the end of the day, is how you are more efficient that you should be, because we are blaming. I need a couple hours more in the core because I don't have the facilities. Hey, be more efficient. This is probably you heard that many times. Like this is here we don't have any footballer, no, because I'm against football. With my students, I'm always blaming on football. This is like a football drill, you know. In this football drill, who is in this drill on the left? Who is touching the ball more times? Which number? 6. The coach. So at the end, the coach is just passing. No, I mean, we need to do something. I mean, maybe this is the opposite way, but have everybody involved in the training session. I'm going to be more efficient. So this is why I'm telling you, no, I keep doing the drills that you do, but make the drills better. Or just pay attention to different things when you just explain the drills the way you do. Okay, this is important. I mean, I'm working in the university environment in Spain and in England. I read all these papers. Some of them, they are not really important. But on the other hand, it's like you get ideas. And some people, they really study. Like about, small side games. This is what we do. It's 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. This is what they call small side games. From the non-English speakers. It's like, this is what, okay. Some people's, small side game as additional training, starter and non-starter. They realize that, for example, in a professional team, but put this in the under 14, those people who are a starter, who play more, they don't need extra training. Who needs the extra training? Number 7, 8, 9, 10, 12? What do we do to have these players really in a good shape? Small side games. It's being studied. So if you do 3-on-3 with certain rules, as an extra training, it's not to punish them because they didn't play. It's just to measure and to control, to balance the training loads. We keep them in a really good shape. And when you want to ask, hey, on the court, he is prepared. Or she is prepared. Okay? So this is, I like to have these ideas from the academic, but sometimes it's difficult because it's like two different worlds, okay? But it's interesting. But I will tell you now some of the studies that I did with my PhD students in the university, because we always want to study something useful. And we just studied this. How was the intensity of the session? Coaches versus players. Do you think when you finish your session, if I ask you, what is the intensity? You may say, okay, that's 7. And I ask the players, is it going to be the same? No. So what we did is we analyzed this. And the athletes, the basketball players, the perception of the training, the intensity, is always higher. So because the coaches, we always underestimate, the intensity. How was session? Horrible. 5, 6. And the players are, hey, 8, 9. So this is also, we need to know ourselves as a coaches, because we are really demanding. And our standard is always higher that we really think in terms of asking the intensity of the players. Okay, this is one idea. And then makes one question, because I did it to myself. Between your drills, how much time of recovery? 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Going to drink some water? What do you do? So tell me. So, but between the drills is no rest for you. Okay. Any other opinions? What you do? Okay, you just get them, walk, and come back. Well, it's a good thing. What else? Okay, for example, we had before the only good thing about COVID in terms of basketball is now all the players come with their own water bottle. So 1 minute water is 1 minute, because the people get the water and leave it. In the past, go to the locker room, 7 minutes. So this is the only good thing, but not joking. Is what is the right recovery between drills? And we study this. It's in Spanish, but 120 seconds, because what we did is during 8 weeks, we did different drills, 3 on 3 on 3 on 3, all really intense drills, and we just play with the recovery, with heart rate monitors. So at the end, we get to the conclusion that it was 120. Hey, for this group, for this stage, but sometimes you need to perceive, it's not always 1 minute. It's depending of the intensity of the previous drill. So you can maybe, okay, I will explain a drill longer, so the recovery will be okay. If I go really fast from one drill to the other, under 14 and lower, this is not really a big thing. But if you just keep doing this, it will help you as a coach to manage how long do I need between my drills. Because it's the same drills, just making these ideas. My question to you is how you can improve your drills. I do. I try, I think how I can do with my drills. I will give you like 4 ideas. Again, this is my ideas. Number of players involved at the same time. Space, I have half court, full court. Density, which is the ratio between participation and recovery time. 1-1, 1-0, 1-2. And rotation and dynamism. What is this? This is what we understand as a coaches. When one drill is complete, you see rotation, blah, 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 goes really easy. This is another part. With this maybe not objective, it's subjective, but hey, this drill is good. I'm really happy with the drills that I do. Okay, this is my 4 ideas that I can share with you. And now let's go for the first drill. By the way, this app is not because Michael will say. I'm using a lot. Really easy. If you go to the App Store or the Google basketball coaching, you get the app. So, but for real, I've been using it for 17 years, and for me it's so easy. They have the right things, because some others they are too complicated. But I mean, this is my personal view. It's not because Michael is here, but I really do. What is this drill? Tell me. All of you know this drill? Easy, right? How you can make it better? Eh? Okay, yeah. Time efficient. I still see some people doing it this way. What happened? The density, the ratio is 1:3. This is too much. Here, the ratio is 1:1. I do one, I recover another one. So this is the idea. It's same drill, same concept, but make it better. Another way. This drill. You know this drill, shooting drill, right? I get the 4 guys or 4 players in the middle, go to one side, shoot, come back to the other during 1 minute. How you can make this drill better? Because here the ratio is 1:2, but a long time. Because we have 4, but 8 resting. This is impossible. We cannot have a drill where we have 4 players involved and 8 players resting. Unless this is the maximum intensity drill I have. How you can make it better? No. The thing is, every time I shoot, I stay, and the other goes. So I have all of them involved at the same time. What is the ratio? 1:0. All of them are practicing. What do I have to do? Maybe do 2 sets instead of 1 to make and to get whatever I want in this drill, or I can even give more tips, but this is the idea. One drill that we all know, how I can make my drill a little bit better. It's just to change a couple of things. And then I may try. It's not working. Okay, do different thing. If we go from under 14 to under 12, in under 12 we need more drills because the attention curve is really small. We need to feed them the whole time with new things. But we go under 12, under 14. I was discussing with Molly in the way here. They are, we cannot say professional, but in those stages when we are talking about national teams and academies, they have a really good level. So we need to feed them in a better way with, senior drills, if they are able to do it. So we try, okay? Let's go, one-on-one. Different ways to improve. This is the worst way. We have 6, only 2 practicing. How we improve this? 2 sides. How we improve this? 6 players at the same time. You may tell me, okay, in this one, let's space. Okay, but it's depending what you want. I'm not telling you just to choose one. Obviously, this one, forget about that, because the density is so bad. But between these 2, okay, I can play, I can have, 2 persons resting at the same time and then going. But this is the way, if you want to make your session more intense, which one you choose? Fair. A little intense, maybe the second, because you like more order in the session. It depends. But again, don't stay always with the same drills that you usually do. Try new things. I love these drills. One-on-one with passers. Because the passers are resting, but not really resting the whole time. And what I really like from this drill is the intensity that you can get, because you mix 2 things. On ball and off ball. They have to switch really fast. Because sometimes for our players, when they are, under 14, under 12, it's so easy. I'm playing defense over the ball. Simple. What happens when you need to switch off the ball and then on the ball again? So this type of drills, and you can create a really high intensity, just making the number of passes. Okay, this drill, only 1 pass and going to the basket. If you make 2 passes, or at least 1 pass to each of the passers, it can be 2, 3 passes. And the guy who is playing offense is running, but the guy who is playing defense is dying. So again, you cannot be really picky on these drills because the intensity is so high. So sometimes maybe the defender players, he will not be on the ball, or maybe when he is off the ball. But you are working on the physical abilities or the real basketball intensity in a drill. Because we can never think that the 5-on-5 that we have in the training session is the same as the 5-on-5 that we have in the game. Completely different. We cannot replicate that. But we can do some drills to be closer in terms of this. Shooting drills. Again, this is like a progression. 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. What happened here? The first day is the chaos. You don't know where are the balls. Because you shoot, you get the ball, you go to the following line. So we go to the left, to the right, however you want to make it. Here is much easier because it's only 3 lines. This is really simple. But what do I get in this drill against this drill? What do you get? What do you see? In 1 minute. We do 1 minute. More shots. So this is about more shots. What is the thing? If you have 1 minute and you need to score a certain number of baskets, is they are under the pressure. They're going to be bad shots, because if you want them to be with the shoulders in a really standing position, it's not going to happen. But how many times in the game you are shooting, standing with the right? 1, maybe none. So this is the reality. You play like a knockout game. It's exactly the same. You never are going to be like you get the ball, you shoot fast, and then you are smart. I miss, I go for the rebound. Yeah, this is sometimes. Basketball is chaos sometimes. So we need to do this. And when they are kids, we think, this is too complicated. Don't underestimate the kids, because they are really smart sometimes. So we can have drills. We can really do the drills. I will give you some ideas. I'm just finishing a couple of things more. Is use the cons when it's necessary. If they know how to do the drill, use opponents. Much better, because this is real. I mean, we can do from the analytic point of view, but then we need to transfer this to the basketball game, to the reality. Optimize is like be efficient. And I will tell you this thing when you come back home. Tell someone to get you your time, your efficient time in the training session, because it's the efficient time of the players. Because you may be one day, I thought it was a fantastic training session, and it was not that good. Corrections. Real time, better than stopping. Sometimes you have to stop. But if not, you can go individual corrections. We come again. It's like you are losing less time. You make it in a better way. And this is, Elena is here, like we agree, compete. One of the differences that we have in Spain is we compete. From under 10, there are championships everywhere. They are used to compete with 5,000. In the Spanish championship under 12, there are 6,000 spectators in the stands. Under 12. So when these guys, the players, they get to under 18, this is normal for them to compete. We are shorter, but we know how to compete. And this is the DNA that you can have in your team. Because sometimes you may hear, I have in my faculty some professors, competition is really bad. Because the kids get really frustrated. Hey, competition is life. You compete to have a better job. You compete to be in a better team. You compete for everything. So we need to teach our kids to compete. And to compete is to give your best. Sometimes you don't get it. But it's not, hey, don't worry, everything is okay. No, everything is not okay. Life is not fair. So we try to compete. And this is my feeling. I have some colleagues with the opposite. We cannot compete. But in basketball, 5-on-5, real game is competition. We need to teach our kids what happens when you lose. No, nothing happens. But compete. And compete in the training sessions. And if we play one-on-one in the training session, what I do is, let's see who is winning. To the best of 3. We are competing. Because every defense matters. Not every day, in every session. But we need to give them this idea. Because if you are in a game, and it's a tight game, and then you don't play defense, okay, nothing happened. No. This defense matters exactly like in the training session. So sometimes you can compete. You can give them some ideas how to compete. So I'm a truly believer about competition in a good way. It's not if I'm loose, shake the hands, congratulations, and train again. Try to do it better. But this competition idea, at least I really believe that help the players in this process. Because at the end, don't forget, and for sure most of you play, we lost more times than we won. And it's going to be the same. But we need to know, if I lose, why? I need to do something different. This is what you do as a coach. It's like, I don't know if you listened to Pablo Lasso when he got defeated the other day, and the journalist asked him, it's like, what are you going to do after this loss? And he said, I have 1,000 different things in my mind, what I will do. So this is the same. It's like, don't forget, when you lose, under 13, under 14, under 15, the one who is really, fuck, it's going to be you. Not the players, they are happy. Even the professionals, they don't care. But you really come back home, think, I lost. Why? And sometimes we really are responsible. Sometimes not, but I need to rethink about my training, about what I'm doing, because I think it's the key. And then just a couple things, really practical. I hate to see free throw shooting in a fantastic environment. Shooting, no pressure. Hey, put pressure about competition. Put pressure about what happened in the reality. When you go to the free throw line, what happened first? What happened prior when you go to the free throw line? What happened in a game? So you did an action, high intensity action, and then you got fouled, you go to the line, right? When you go to the line, I teach my players, you need 2 breaths. Get the ball, bounce the ball, Why 2? Because I need to reduce my heart rate. It's like the shooters. I need to reduce my heart rate. So how in training sessions I can simulate this? I make them 1, 2 sprints, and then you go to the line. Because this is what happens in the game. This is not magic scenario when you go to the line in a game. Because you need to know this idea, a couple breaths, to reduce, and then you take the shot. But at least we help them in the way how to get to the line. The other is shooting. Volume, okay, you have to do volume, but real situation. This type of knockout games, 4 lines, because we're never gonna shoot in the best scenario ever. Sometimes I'm gonna be, with someone pushing me in my hips. So we need to give them more cases scenarios that we want. Physical abilities. For me, especially the first 3, strength, apply the strength, and I will tell you about this. And I want to talk a little bit about this before we go in the afternoon to the core, because the sound is not really good. And I will try to give you many drills. So what type of drills I think, this is the type of drills that I think they are useful to work with these physical abilities, but on the court, with a basketball in the hands of players. Coordination. This is 3 types: a hand, a foot, and the mixed coordination. Most of the players under 14, they are really good because they dominate the mixed coordination. What type of players are these? Those who are coming in Spain, football and basketball, because they are mixing. Basketball is a complex sport sometimes, eye-hand coordination. Football is eye-foot. If I mix, I got a really good player. So this is the thing. In coordination this afternoon, you will see working with tennis balls, working this mixed coordination, but I will tell you one thing, and you see how is the progression. This coordination part is more analytic. It's not because we cannot put the coordination into the real situations of the game, but we try to give them different ideas and different ways. What do you see different here in these 2 ladders? What do you see different? The length. What else? The spaces. Don't look for in basketball for something really stable, to have a ladder which is fantastic. No, has to be twist a little bit, has to be not with the same length. No, because this is what is basketball about. It's not like a mechanic sport. It's not repetition sport. It's repetition, but variety of things happen in a basketball game. So this is what we try to give. Doing the ladder, okay, that's fine. But again, and this is something we spoke about yesterday, is don't overuse the things. The ladder is okay, but not every single day. Maybe with the big guys or those players who are taller, is much better because they have this lack of coordination. Because the point guards, they're gonna do fantastic, or the short, fantastic, really simple. So don't over train these players with the same stimulus. Try to give a different one. But maybe with those who are not really coordinate, we can use it more. And we'll see balls different ways. It's going to be one of the parts that we will have. Speed. Speed for me is the key because all the actions in basketball, the real actions, they come from speed. So the thing is, I have like 3 types. Speed reaction is how we make our players react really fast to the ball. And I will show you on the court progression, doing some drills about reaction, really simple, that you can do even funny ones, that you can do the warm-ups, you can do some days that you have more time, and then we will get this into real basketball situations. Drill speed. What do I want to say about drill speed? Is the way that you make the same drills, but faster. shooting faster, passing faster, sliding on defense faster. But this is the thing. Until our players don't do the technique or the fundamentals in the right way, we cannot go for speed. Because they are still getting adjusted. The shooting, so if I'm trying to do really fast the shooting, maybe the ball goes from here, but I want the ball from here. The elbow, this is the thing that we need to have stable before we really focus about the speed, real speed. And then the last one is the speed, is the regular speed. With the ball, without the ball, this is how we will go for different drills. We will see these drills in terms of speed reaction. We have the typical drill. You say a number, they go, they get the ball. This is even maybe for under 10, under 12. We have in a speed reaction, you will see this afternoon, I throw the ball. Whenever I see the ball, I need to catch the ball and shoot. Drill speed, about shooting. And I will mention this afternoon about, defense. I'm from this generation that I did, in the basketball court, and probably some of you did many times, sliding here, 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 here. Thousands of times. If I tell you, do you do this today? You will say, you are crazy. How are we going to slide from one line to the other line? What is this about basketball? This is the problem. If I'm playing defense full court, here, I'm playing defense over this basket. I can slide the whole time playing defense? Probably not. If the other point guard is really fast, I cannot do it. So how many steps do I have to slide before I go running and coming back to slide? 2, 3 maximum. So this is the thing. It's not sliding the whole time. It's not sliding from one line to another line. It's try to teach them how to slide on the court with a real, let's say, real situations. Speed with the ball, without the ball, but here, this is something that I really don't like. It's like the commercial. Speed without control is nothing. I want the speed to finish with a layup, to finish with a pass, something and then control. So making no sense, okay guys, 7 sprint, 100%, 20 meters in this direction. In a line, how many times a player goes straight in a basketball game? Just if he goes 1 against 0 in a game. You has to be, non-linear now. It's like I go different ways, so this is exactly the same. Maybe I need to teach my players to go here 2 meters, 3 meters back, and 5 meters back. If I'm doing, for example, this drill, and I go from here, 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 3 sprints in a row, do you think this is appropriate for senior players? 3. 2 meters, 5 meters, 7 meters, and shooting. With your players, under 14, you do more or less. Think about that. 3 actions, different lengths. Senior, with under 14, more or less. Why? And why more?
Because they do it more on the court. Professionals, they do just once, like they pass.
This is the point. This is the point. Hey, how many? Because in the university we study many things. How many actions in a row in the EuroLeague do we have? Or in the Champions League? How many actions in a row without stopping a fall or out of bounds? Or how many? 3, average. So if I have to train my professional players, 3 is the number of actions that I need my players to be able to do in a row. How many actions do your players do under 14 in a game? Maybe 5, 6, because there are more mistakes. We score less. So if it's 5, 6, I need to know in my league, in my competition, how many. Because this is what I transfer to my drills. I cannot do 3 because this is professional basketball. I need to do more. So then you need to put everything in the reality that you have. Oh, someone told me 3. Yeah, 3, professional. How many? You need to adjust. 4, 5, 6? Depends. Exactly the same with the rest of the drills. What is the, because we haven't spoke about the duration of the drills. What is the duration of, 3 on 3 on 3? It depends of the age of the players, the competition, the time of the year. So you have to control these variables is what you do as a coach. What is agility? In simple words. How fast? Yeah. So it's a combination, we're talking about general words, combination between coordination and speed. So, but the key here is change of direction. Because this is basketball. Basketball is not one direction. It's changes of direction. So in my drills, I want to do a shooting drill here. I cannot go this. I need to go this. Okay, so this is, I will show you this afternoon some of the progression with shooting drills, simple drills, how you can implement with, speed, with agility, and with change of direction. Same drill. It's only just to change a couple of things, to improve or to make it, better. Again, this game is, like a big game. That I need to, the guys with the ball needs to touch the other guys, so pass the ball with someone. This is perfect for warm-up. We're working about agility, we're working about speed, about coordination, we're working about everything like that, okay? Because I just need to know exactly where I am, to escape, to be able to turn, to sprint, to decelerate. This is one thing. I can make, with cones, everything. Hey, don't make a circus. This is my suggestion. And we are really good, the strength and conditioning coaches, doing that. We make a circus. No, it's not making a circus. If you want to do things like I go moving here, coming back here, sliding, you need to put it in the reality. What my players do in a game. I play defense, then I need to go the fast break, and then I have to come back or I have to shoot. This is the idea. Yesterday, Molly was doing some drills that I pass and then I move, and then so combination. But always trying to think in a nice way. Because if I put here some small fences and the guy goes dribbling, get the ball, jump, this is not. I mean, this is good in pre-season if you have time. But, okay, Siri. But this is not the thing, okay? Strength. And this is what I really, you may say, under 14, strength? Yeah. Apply the strength. And I will give you an example of this. Lower body, how to land. Strength, out of the core, the technique. This is the 3 things about strength, okay? It's not getting the guys to the fitness room, no. It's apply how to use the strength on the core. Lower body, how to land, basically. Strength, how to prepare them, their bodies, with the right technique. Okay, here. One-on-one, into the circle, dribbling the ball. I'm telling my players how to use the strength and keep dribbling the ball at the same time. One-on-one situation in any game. I have the player, I need to wait, he's pushing me or she's pushing me. Apply the strength. This is strength. Here. How many times you get crazy because we don't box out? In a game, 10 times. So, telling the guys how to use the strength, because probably the guys who have more strength, they are not able to do it. So I need to tell them how to box out, and then how many seconds between, I can throw the ball, 1, 2 bounces, 3 bounces, 3 seconds, I don't know. But this is applied strength. We can, but don't get me wrong, because I saw some drills, you get all the players in the key, okay, fight for the ball. No, it's not fight for the ball. I'm telling them what they have to do to use the strength in the right way. So there are more drills, but it's how to apply the strength. Lower body. I'm using small fences, but especially to these cases where they don't know how to land. Because we are landing a lot. This is a jumping game. So if we make them jump more, at the end, problems with the knees. So tell them how to jump. Why I'm doing this? Because I can jump in two directions, to the front, to the side, but not abusing of this, okay? Endurance. With your practices, they will have enough endurance. Don't get crazy about aerobic, anaerobic, under 14. No way. If you plan your training session in the right way, with the right recoveries, with the number of sessions per week, you will have enough specific endurance for the game that you need to be, or the players need to play. So this is, so I just, drills you can do, but listen, shooting drills. I'm working the endurance, yeah, you do. This drill, we will do it later. It's just a shooting drill. If I score competition, I go first cone. If I miss, second cone. How many times? This is where you can think about endurance, but the players, they have no clue. I'm just repeating a drill, shooting drill. I like this drill, which I play some cones, depending where I want. And all the players need to complete one made shot in all the cones. So they will be moving the whole time. Warm-up drill, activation drill. One day I really push them the day before a competition, which is really light aerobic drill. How much time? Maybe it's going to be 5-6 minutes, aerobic endurance. But they don't know. And you don't have to be, the idea, I'm working endurance. This is a basketball drill. Shooting with the ball, moving, not really high intensity, this is the key. Because we need to tell them how to change, high intensity, low intensity. But this is what you control. You have the remote control. And then you have this in the training sessions. If I go full core, is where aerobic comes. But you do this, yeah, sometimes you can do it. As a competition, two guys, in the right side, two guys at the same time, and then you need to score 2 baskets. This is anaerobic. But don't get crazy about this. With the type of training that you do with your players under 14 and lower, more than enough. Really, really quick, and we are finishing in 5 minutes. How you measure these physical abilities. This is our reality in this photo. This is the Toronto Raptors' new training facilities. They have, it's called NOAA. You see the rim here? Every time someone is shooting, it's giving you the percentage, real time. That's crazy. But we don't have this. I can show you, it's really nice, the videos, but hopefully in the future you will be there, but not now. So, what I can tell you, different things using your cell phone, different apps to work in my jam. This one, I think it's 6 euros, 7 euros. Fantastic. It's validated, and then you just need a cell phone with a good camera. Not to get the height, is to know if your players are landing correctly. If you have professional players, you get your height, but not what we are talking about. Photo cells up, okay, you have things like that as to measure the speed. It's more just to give them, like a competition idea, that really to measure how fast you are, okay? And sometimes we get, lost on that. For example, Pau Gasol, that we spoke about him. Sergi Llull, you know him, right? Real Madrid, Spanish national team player. Who is faster in 20 meters? Okay. Eh? Pau Gasol. 5 steps, that's it. No, but sometimes our perception is Sergi Llull, he's fast. No, he's the big guy. If he knows how to run, he's going to do much better. But don't get me wrong. This is just to have something that sometimes is good to tell them, okay, guys, this is what we do. If you ask me, will you do some tests in under 14? Yes. Just to give, not to compare between them, is, okay, you run now 2.1. In December, how fast you run? In March, how fast you run? Because they need to perceive that they need to improve. They will improve just for the season. But this is also a way that, simple way, you have some apps, you have some coordination. Okay, this is just not expensive, easy ways to do it. As my today about the app is the same. It's something that you have really easy to use, not the NBA thing, which is difficult to be used. And the last message I want to send you, develop the player with a smile. If the players don't want to come to practice, don't enjoy, so difficult. We all want to be really good coaches, but what I like from the years that I was able to coach, I cannot coach on a daily basis, is I was in the airport yesterday in Madrid, and the director of the airport, if any time you have a problem, you can call me, he was my former player. And we still see each other, and I get together with some kids that I coached many years ago. So this is the most important thing. And this is, your goal is to do all of this, but always to have a good memories with your players, to develop everything with a smile. Win, lose is part of the process. We need to tell them how to compete. And at the end of the day, this is what it will remain, you know? And this is, for me, the most important thing. Radmila told me not to be too long with the Q&A.
But now it's raining, so
It's raining. Okay, we can spend. Okay, really quick, a couple of questions if you want, or we can discuss tomorrow in the panel. This afternoon, I will try not to speak too much because I speak too fast, and you know, with the sound there, it's not the best scenario. But just to give you ideas. Drills, you may like, but at least, okay, try to improve your drills and try to do it. Any question? Quick one.
Competition. Punishment or rewards, or they just compete for fun?
Okay, when you compete, it has to be something. Because compete for fun is, you can do it a couple times, but the third time, it loses the effect. What can be the punishment? Okay, you take the water of these guys, so you go to refill the water bottles. Don't do like some people, like, okay, you have to go 100 steps up with common sense. But I think there has to be something, you know. Tomorrow you just bring a candy to whoever is winning. I don't know. These type of things, exactly the same, because you asked me, a punishment if someone is late. Yeah, of course. We need to teach them what is, you know, the reality is. Like, if you are late, you need to pay one candy, 50 cents, I don't know, something reachable for everybody. But at the end of the day, this is the way to have this commitment. And also, if I'm competing and you tell me that I have to compete, but what happens if I win? Exactly that I lose. So from my perspective, it needs to be something that they really think, hey, if I'm winning, this guy is bringing the bags, or this guy is refilling the water, or something. Listen, okay, you can do, you know, suicide drills. I'm 47. I did it many times. I'm okay. Okay, this is like physical is not to carry, like, you know, two guys all over you, but do some suicide. And I will tell you one thing: 1 minute water. If I send all of them, they will be speaking everything. We compete. Losers, suicide. The other guys, water. When they finish the water, they go for the water. 1 minute and a half, you have all the players. Maybe you can have core suicide. It depends. If you have the game the following day, don't kill them, even if it's a competition. But always, you need to use the common sense that sometimes it's not the best way.
Thomas said what I meant to say, because usually making suicides or running or do punishments, the same players they do it. So
Oh,
try not to do it. That's why it was my.
no, yeah, but sometimes it's like, okay, if you make teams, everything, you need to combine who is receiving the punishment, because if always the same guy, he will tell you, okay, see you, I'll go to another sport. Obviously, in Spain, you can punish because they will come back. But in some other countries, if I punish the guys, we spoke about yesterday in Germany, it's like, okay, 2 days training session. If I start punishing the guys, they go to a different sport. You need to know the environment. Don't go, Alejandro told me to punish the guys. No. That was not my message. That was not my message. But we need to be smart where we are because we want the kids. And always, I didn't put any slide about this, when to start with the kids. In Spain, we lose the kids because we don't start early enough. And football gets all the kids. But we cannot do anything. We try to do, but at the end, it's different. So in your countries, in all of us, in all of our countries, it's going to be different, but try to get this. But I think competition has to mean something.
Another question, lower body strength. You said also that it's possible to do own body weight.
On body weight, yeah, under 14. On body weight. Even if you tell me under 16, under 18, because it's really proof. I had class in one master last week. The results with on body weight is at least the same or even better than with weights, with a machine, for example. Because if you are able to work with your own body, sometimes you're going to be really strong. It's not that you can move 70 kilos in bench press. You're going to be strong because you're going to be able to move your body. So push-ups, sit-ups, that's fantastic. And in these ages, this is the only thing I recommend.
I want to really thank you and great session. And I cannot stress more and underline more, which maybe you are all doing this, but you're also coaching others and maybe training others and as coaches. What I found out, the biggest problems in youth coaching, two things. First, they really don't know. They know the drills because they look drills. They know the drills from before. To use the drills correctly, to use everybody. I see so many times 2 people are moving and the others are sitting on the side and waiting for their turn. So it's really crucial that you know the amount of players you have, the drill you have, and that you involve. They want to show, they want to explain, and at the end of the day, under 12, under 10 kids are coming out of practice not even sweating, and I watch them, they're not moving. So this happens when you see unexperienced coaches. I think these are 2 of the biggest mistakes you should address and you should pay attention to.
Yeah, I fully agree with Michael. And at the end of the day, is really important. And I was speaking to Radmil about this. You got this information, and the way you can transfer this information to your national federations and to the guys is like, this is not a right way or a bad way to do the things. It's try to do the things with a common sense of finding the goal that we have in every training session, in every drill. Because we don't drill the drills. This is not a sum of drills. It's like I put the order, and we can speak longer about how you just make the order in a training session. But the thing is, the drills means something for you, why you want to do the drills. And especially it's like, at the end, this is a team sport. What Michael said, we need all the players. We cannot have just only 6 players playing. This is the density, the ratio that I spoke about. This is crucial for all of you. You have there my contact details. Happy to help you as whatever question you have, or if we see somewhere. More than happy to have a coffee, a beer, and to talk about basketball, because I think what is really important is to communicate and to exchange points of views and think about that. So
So thank you, Alejandro. I think
thank you.